11th grade. Remember? That was the worst year, wasn't it? Hardest year in high school. We all remember that, right? Why? Oh yeah, because the courses were so hard because of college, right? That's probably the story most of us lived with. And it was probably true, but that's not why it was the hardest year. It was the hardest year because in the whole emerging of the soul, as we've done our best to interweave the physical basis of the astral body of the unfolding soul, the life etheric basis of the unfolding soul, when we get to this 11th grade year, ages 16 and 17, it's in a way the pure soul year, the pure astral year. And there are no laws here. These are laws of time and space. They apply in these first two life stages. This is dreamland. This is anywhere, anytime, anarchy. Anything's possible. And things that are formed can get destroyed in a flash. This is dangerous. And there is no doubt for those of us who teach this age group that a law of this year is that every single soul in the 11th grade dies. One way or another. It's unavoidable. Now, at the worst, there can be actual suicides. Or power takes over and, crashes on the road. Another form can be promiscuity and venereal diseases or sexual, whatever they're called, those kinds of diseases. But generally speaking, the kinds of death are on subtler levels, one way or another. Unavoidable they are. We might say that a theme of the 10th grade, a way to look at it, is that here the hero, like Odysseus, the hero or heroine has to willy-nilly leave the walls of the city, leave the familiar culture, and venture off alone and be helped perhaps in ways, and certainly be thwarted in ways, and if all goes well, survive. The history comes after Greek history, looks at Rome, considers the birth of Islam, dwells in the Dark Ages, considers the emergence of the liberal arts and the universities in the Middle Ages, and dwells very much in the world of the Ptolemaic universe, this wonderful world where Earth is at the center and the planetary spheres surround, and all is in its place. Even the harmonies of the spheres ring at their best, and feudal society, in its hierarchical ways, imitates the orders of the heavens. However, we let Dante guide our 11th graders right into the mouth of hell, down through circle upon circle upon circle, where they experience what the shades of sinners suffer, whether it's less conscious sins like lust or gluttony or wrath, or more conscious sins such as fraud, even the ultimate frauds of violent betrayal of friend or family or Lord, ultimate Lord. And the students emerge from that not only with a taste of purgatory and how the soul can be purified and purged, and even a taste of paradise, living with eternal spiritual beings, but the 11th graders emerge, you could say, with a vaster knowledge of all of the possibilities of human sin than most of our comparable teenagers on the streets, without having had to become victims through the artfully conscious work in the curriculum. The students also journey through, as Claudia mentioned, of Wolfram von Eschenbach's medieval epic of Parzival, following a young, innocent, ignorant lad, not knowing his origins, bumbling in with his limitations, inflicting consequences unknowing upon others, gradually becoming conscious of those consequences, setting about to set them right, opening his heart with love for another, eventually through long isolation and agony, being able to open his heart for any other, which simply is the essence of the Grail, which he then is able to become Lord of, which in fact ultimately makes it possible to heal the whole kingdom of humanity. A long arcing picture of possibility in the future. The embryology guides students through the first conception of a human being and through the many, many stages of metamorphosis in which one being and many parts of that being goes through all kinds of evolving forms which nevertheless in all of their differentiations remain consistent with the integrity of the wholeness of one being. Botany as well explores comparable principles of metamorphosis through the higher plants. Projective geometry moves the students into a world a little bit like the medieval consciousness, but with a whole flexibility in which students become able to relate any point to any other point. They become able to draw relationship between center and periphery, and consciously, rationally, with their own hands, lo and behold, they're able to go through an experience of traveling beyond the periphery through eternity and reappearing in the center.